But first, are you guilty of this? If so, you're one of an estimated 15 million people in the UK who snore. Not only are you likely to suffer from poor sleep yourself, but the chances are it's making your bed partner miserable as well.
I sleep on my own in one bedroom. Gwen and the girls sleep in their own separate bedrooms, the opposite side of the house.
You don't expect your wife to come out with those sort of noises. If it was me, I wouldn't be surprised.
The place shakes.
And it does snore.
And the only time I snore, he tells me, is when I've had a drink, don't you?
Yeah. We know the house doesn't shake, but sometimes the curtains move, don't they?
Yeah.
The fact that I'm, I would say, an exceedingly loud snorer was a detrimental factor in our relationship and contributed to the fact that we are now divorced.
Few of us can deny that sharing a bedroom, a flat, or even a house with a snorer can be a living nightmare. None of us like to admit it, but we've all probably been caught grunting at some point in our lives, and it's an embarrassment we don't like to confess. And yet the statistics we do have are staggering. 37% of us acknowledge snoring at least a couple of nights a week, and that's only those who admit it. It certainly gets more prevalent with age, but believe it or not, one of the biggest giveaways is our size and body shape. We've asked our volunteers to undergo a body scan that builds up a 3D model of each volunteer and records their weight and height. This gives an idea of whether someone's overweight, but what we're really after is specific data about their neck and collar size in relation to the rest of their body. People with short, wide necks are most prone to snoring because the muscles around their air pipe can't prevent the fat around it compressing it when they're asleep. That's where older men tend to put on the extra pounds.
So you can take a look at your scan. It takes a while.
As a rule of thumb, any man with a collar size of 16.5 inches or more is likely to snore.
Now it's started.
Yeah.
And it's going to measure approximately 100 different measurements.
Okay. Oh.
And it's approximately 21 inches.
21 inches, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a lot bigger than I thought. I'd be shopping for 18-inch, actually.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I can actually remember waking up in mid-snore, sort of and it's like, what's going on? And Gwen's like, oh, you're snoring again. And it got to the stage where we're waking up in the morning and we're losing temper with each other because you've not had a proper night's sleep. You're arguing all the time. You're not at your best.
Men also tend to snore more than women because men have thinner air pipes. But as we get older and the muscle tone deteriorates, both men and women become big contenders on the snoring front.
Just take a seat.
Janet Welby volunteered to take part in our experiment to find out why she's always tired and doesn't seem to get any quality sleep at night. But her family have complaints of their own, and it seems it's all related to her snoring.
Approximately 20.5 inches.
The neck?
Yeah, the neck.
That's bigger than mine.
That's not very nice. Oh, they're being evil.
The Welby family live in a quiet cul-de-sac near Middlesbrough, but something is disturbing the peace.
The some nights it's absolutely terrible. The noise is incredible. It's a trauma going to bed now. Yes. No, that's sort of Janet's level. That's Janet's level of noise, something like that. And I mean, imagine sleeping with that.
For 9 years, the whole family have suffered.
We say that my mum's snoring makes the roof rattle. We wouldn't be surprised if the neighbours could hear it because it really is ridiculously loud.
It's the sort of thing a woman wouldn't admit. It's like women don't sweat, women don't snore. It's not sort of something like a sexually transmitted disease that you can't talk about. I snore.
It's incredible, the noise sometimes. And it doesn't go on all night, and that's one of the horrible things, because she'll have maybe half an hour where there's nothing going on. But I'm laid there thinking, when's she going to start again? And I can't go to sleep because I know she's going to start.
He's marvellous. He's very, very understanding. When you're kids, you get married and all you want to do is sleep together. And we haven't been able to for a lot of years now.
John, I think you've done enough.
The noise disturbs Dave's sleep to such an extent that Janet has taken to sleeping on the sofa.
That's what you do.
Sharing a room has become such a problem that even their holidays are being ruined.
When we were in Sicily last year, we sort of did it in shifts, and Janet would go to sleep and snore, and I would lay awake, and then I would wake her up, and she would sit up and allow me to have a few hours sleep.
I've tried the nose clips, the clips that go up the nose. I've tried nasal sprays. I've tried everything.
Jan's been referred to the Royal Brompton Hospital, where she hopes she'll find a solution to her problem.
And have you ever woken up with a choking sensation, Janet?
I've woken myself up snoring.
Right,
The noise
okay.
has woken me up.
The snoring is actually due to the airway in the back of the throat flopping around, and as it flops around it generates turbulent airflow, and so you get a sound. Sometimes it actually flops shut, so people stop breathing. But if it does flop shut, the body's way of dealing with it is to wake you up to a lighter level of sleep. And that means that the airway then opens up and everything is okay. Because it is dealing with it in that way, people with this condition end up with having quite poor quality sleep.
Yes.
And what we need to do is to actually monitor you overnight.
Right.
Jan's oxygen levels are being recorded to see if she's also temporarily stopping breathing while she snores. This condition, known as sleep apnea, affects 4% of men and 2% of women in the UK and has serious health risks. Fortunately, in most cases, it can be treated.
Firstly, this is your snoring, and you snored for over 280 minutes, so an awful lot of the night, so your husband is quite right. And you can see what was happening during that period where there was the small variation in your oxygen level, is that you were breathing more gently. And they weren't actually the apneas, the stopping breathing, you were just under breathing, the airway was partially obstructed.
Right.
So we would conclude from this that yes, the snoring is there. There are a small number of these episodes of erratic breathing, but no moderate or severe sleep apnea.
Luckily, Jan's erratic breathing is not life-threatening. To stop snoring, she's been given a number of methods to keep her airways clear. The first is, don't lie on your back.
You grab hold of them.
I can remember when I used to struggle to get them off you. I can't believe I'm doing this. I really can't.
I won't ask you how I look.
No. Things have definitely changed.
Thank God bless.
Thank God bless.
Let's give it a try. Day one after my incident with wearing the bra on the back with tennis balls in. Very, very uncomfortable. I can understand why people don't snore when they wear it, because they can't sleep. Every time you move over, you've got these two great lumps sticking in your back. No, don't like that, not at all.
The second, but longer-term solution is for Jan to lose weight. Shedding excess fat around her neck will stop extra pressure being put on the airways.
Let's have a look through your fridge and your cupboards, eh?
Be gentle with me.
She's being helped to exercise and diet by Kane, a personal fitness instructor.
Seem to have an awful lot of margarines and spreads.
I buy gold, it's low fat.
Okay, but
No fat for my husband.
you buy 6 at a time.
Jan has lost weight in the past, but like many of us has struggled to keep it off.
Ah, that was a mistake. I
Well, it
normally
was
get
a
the
mistake
light one.
twice.
No, I normally get the light one.
Okay, loads of oil.
Olive oil.
Okay, that's not olive oil, and that's not olive
That's
oil.
for frying.
Okay, and looks like about 15 cans of lager.
Oh, I don't drink lager, that's for the people.
You seem to be storing stuff for the neighbours here. What else you can...
Kane's adamant she can't be half-hearted, and this time Janet knows the whole family will benefit.
A lot of people yo-yo diets, up and down and up and down. And what happens is they get satisfied with the weight they've lost, which is fine, because you know your ideal target. It's not necessarily what the government will tell you, it's what you feel comfortable with. And when you feel comfortable, people tend to slip back into their old ways. So my job is to re-educate you, if you like, and give you checklists and say, right, this isn't for 3 weeks, it's not for 3 months, it's for a lifetime.
Oh, I don't care how much perseverance it takes, I will persevere. I will try and try and try, in the hope that it will work for me.
As well as the new health regime, Jan's keen to find a more immediate solution, like this snore pillow.
Didn't stop me from snoring, unfortunately. It may for some people who aren't quite as severe as I am, but I'm afraid it only lasted about an hour, and then it had to go out.
There's just one more option. Today, Janet will be fitted with a mandibular advancement device, a type of gum shield that you wear in bed.
It fits on your top teeth, and the idea is it brings your lower jaw forward, and by bringing your lower jaw forward, it opens up the airway at the back. So that'll mean that you can hopefully sleep better and reduce any snoring. Okay, if you just open as wide as you can, let's fit this over your top teeth here, and then if you can bite together, that's bringing your lower jaw forward. Let's have a look, see if we can get a lip seal there. Close your lips together.
Very apprehensive, but I'll give it my best go. Right, good night all.
But will this simple little device make any difference?
I put the guard in and it felt very strange, and I thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to sleep here. So I put the light out, settled down. Next thing I remember, my husband woke me up this morning. And that's the first time, and I can't remember how long we spent the night together. Just actually slept in bed together. It was lovely. I feel absolutely wonderful, on top of the world, smashing.
Encouraged by the first test and already £5 lighter, Janet and Dave are spending a weekend at the seaside.
Snore-free sleep we've had 3 nights, and it's absolutely lovely. I can't wait to spend a fortnight doing it instead of sleeping in shifts, or Janet sleeping in a chair, or me in the bath, or something like that.
Let there be cuckoos.
I was quite convinced we were just going to be stuck like this for the rest of our lives.
But first of all, please let there be love.
So the good news is, in 99% of all cases, snoring can be treated. For more details on how to cure snoring, go to our website at bbc.co.uk/sleep.